Hello everyone, welcome back to Grace for Davis. Spend the day with this mother of five, pregnant mother of five. I'm currently 5 months pregnant, and I just wanted to show you all a little bit about how my day goes. Here's my outfit for the day. Good morning everyone. We are up and moving. We are kind of behind schedule, but Bill washed clothes. So I'm folding clothes.
Y'all want to eat roast and do it tonight.
Say hi. After I dropped off the younger three, I came back home, and the older two homeschool, so they're helping me here clean up the playroom. Their desks are in here as well, and sometimes I sit in the chair that my son is sitting in while they are in class. Class is only for an hour, and they can spend the rest of the day doing their homework. Sometimes they do it in this room, and sometimes they just spend time with me outside of the room, depending on what I'm doing. Sometimes I'm in the kitchen or in my room. I've been in my room a lot lately because I'm very comfortable in there. Being pregnant, it's just very comfortable to sit on my bed versus sitting on the couch all the time. So I'm definitely on my bed a lot lately. But here we're just cleaning up the playroom. It kind of got crazy over the weekend. This video is Monday, so I'm a little late posting it, but I definitely still wanted to post it. But yeah, it kind of got crazy over the weekend, and I really just didn't have a chance to clean it because we were very busy. So the kids were still in here throughout the weekend. We were out most of Saturday, and I believe they were in here Saturday morning while I was doing hair and just getting ready for the day. And so finally getting a chance to clean it up. Most times I do tell them to go into the playroom and clean it, but I hadn't even really paid attention to it, so I didn't really know what it looked like. But for the most part, we do try to clean this room or straighten it up every night if we have a chance. So that's just what we're doing here, straightening up Monday morning because Sunday was very busy too after church. You see Grace, she's really good at helping clean up. Will, he's good as well. It just depends on the mood that he's in, and I don't think he was really feeling it today. So I just kind of had to direct him to clean different things or put his toys up, his trucks. His trucks take up a big part of the room sometimes. You see him playing with one now. But he did put it up for me. So yeah, that's just kind of what we're doing. Cleaning up. You're going to see me sweep the floors in a little bit. I do like to stay active while I'm pregnant because I just don't want to be lazy. So you just see me here cleaning up. And y'all, I'm sorry, I'm so out of breath. I'm out of breath a lot lately. I think it's just the pregnancy and how that goes. So if I sound like I'm breathing hard, it's probably because I am. And talking, it's not challenging. Like, I feel fine. It just sounds bad. So I apologize for the way I'm breathing. But yeah, that's just what I'm doing. And I'm taking out the trash probably from the weekend. My husband takes out the trash, but you know, with a family of 7, we have trash often, like almost every day. And so now I'm folding clothes, and I'm just gonna do this for a while because our laundry machine is, I'm sorry, not my laundry machine, y'all. My washing machine is not working. My dryer is working fine, but something is wrong with the washing machine. So my husband was so nice as to go out Sunday after church. He went to the laundromat and just washed all the loads of clothes that we had. So I'm just folding them all here since I had some time. Will was supposed to be doing his work, but we both were kind of sidetracked watching the service. So you'll see me here looking at the TV. We're watching a service, Bishop Brandon Jacobs service. It was a really good service. I think we were watching like a praise break right here, but it was really good, very uplifting. I do enjoy watching his service. My father is a bishop actually, so sometimes we watch his service too. And then we also watch Bishop Bonner still. I still listen to his sermons. They post one on YouTube I honestly don't know which day it is. I'll get a notification saying that they posted a new sermon, and so I'll watch it that way. So I listen to a lot of his sermons. I also listen to worship music. Sometimes I listen to it from my phone, and sometimes we actually watch the music videos, but most of the time we listen to worship music in the mornings. So that's how we get up. I'll normally wake up around 5:30. I'll have my devotion, and then the kids wake up around 6, so I'll turn on a song and I'll play it really loud so they could start waking up. Sometimes Grace sleeps right through it, but for the most part everyone else will wake up. My husband will wake up when he hears it. If he's not already up, he'll wake up. Sometimes Matt, the youngest one, he'll sleep through it if he was up for a while the night before, but he'll wake up as well. But yeah, that's just kind of how our mornings get started. And as you can see me here talking to one of the children, because I am a mother, so I have to parent, right? But I did ask Will to bring me that basket at some point this morning, and so he's back and forth with doing his homework. I actually asked him to leave because he was too into the service, but you'll see him come back when Grace finishes her class, because Grace is currently in class at this moment. So I'm just getting this done. Her class, you can hear her teacher. Well, I can hear her teacher sitting on the bed. So if something is going wrong, then I can definitely hear it. If I need to step in the room with her for a little bit, I'll do that. But just folding clothes. This took a while, but I just really wanted to get it out of the way today. So I'm just going ahead and folding everything right now. So that's what you see me doing here. I just want to say that God is awesome, and sometimes we can forget how awesome He is. I know recently I've been going through some situations in my life personally, and things have just been challenging emotionally, and then too, being pregnant, I think that just kind of adds on to my feelings and how I'm feeling about certain things. And I really don't have a chance to really cry. I just kind of am in my thoughts, and a lot of times I don't really get a chance to be in my thoughts because of the daily tasks that I have, as well as having 2 children home with me. So in a way, it's really a blessing because it does keep my mind off a lot of things, and I really just have to trust God and not focus too much on the situation. And I think it's so important that we as Christians remember that God is in control and that He has the final say regardless. And so it's just good to keep in mind that no matter what we're going through, or no matter what we're dealing with, or no matter what we're facing, that God already knows. My late pastor used to say all the time, never forget that God knows exactly how you feel. And that has always stuck with me. I won't say he said that all the time. I remember him saying that one time to me when I guess you could say I was waiting for a husband, and just praying about it. I didn't shout it from the mountaintops. I'm sure people probably knew I wanted to get married, but I didn't go around talking about it, looking sad. One piece of advice that I can give to any single woman out there, if you're watching this, is that it's so important to trust God and stay busy. It's so important to stay busy when you're waiting on God to send you a husband. It just keeps your mind from a lot of negative things, from being down. I used to travel a lot. I used to go out with our church a lot. We were always on the road pretty much every weekend. We also had service Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday night. And Mondays we had rehearsals. I didn't always go to Monday rehearsal, but there were times that I did go. And so here you see me. I'm just preparing food for dinner. We are having chicken thighs. I bought the thighs because they're like a juicy part of chicken, and they're not too bad of a price. So I just purchased them. I didn't really know what I wanted to do with them, other than I knew I wanted to make something from them. I decided to go with teriyaki because I didn't want to buy anything else. So we had teriyaki sauce in the house. Fortunately, I didn't know until today that we had honey as well. Otherwise, I would have put honey in there. but this is just kind of what I did, and I just kind of made up my own sauce because usually I use honey to thicken up my sauce, but today I'm just gonna add some cornstarch and water. And I meant to add ginger, but I kind of forgot about it. But it still was really good nevertheless. And being that my rice wasn't too salty and the chicken was a tad bit salt, I wouldn't really say it was salty, but I didn't have to use as much teriyaki sauce, I'll put it like that. So it kind of worked out because I didn't add too much salt to my rice. So the sauce definitely covered that, and it just turned out to be an extremely delicious meal. We had it with broccoli and corn, and the reason I cooked the broccoli was because I myself like broccoli. I don't like corn. I actually hate corn. But I ended up using the cooking the broccoli, and then all the kids wanted broccoli, and I was like, really, y'all? I'm not actually sure. My husband ate because after I cooked, I laid down for a little while because I was feeling a little lightheaded earlier, and that could have happened because I was not eating. And I've noticed this week, especially yesterday and today, which is Tuesday, I just really haven't had a huge appetite. And so I'll drink some coffee in the morning, and I'm probably getting full from that. This morning I did eat a bar, but for the most part, I don't have a huge appetite. And you would think, oh, she's pregnant. I feel like I am a little bit bigger than what I normally am, but my appetite is not huge. So I eat, and then I'm full. And so I have to remind myself that I do need to eat something. But I was very grateful to have this meal because it was very delicious. I did actually eat the leftovers the next day. My two kids and I, my homeschoolers, they ate some with me. And it was just a really good meal for dinner and for lunch the next day. And I always soak my chicken in water, and I'll either do baking soda and lemon, and then I pat it dry because I wanted it to be somewhat dry so I could somewhat fry it. I was supposed to add the avocado oil first, but I forgot, but it didn't really matter. It still turned out really good. This way I add the seasonings, mix them in, and then I'll add the cornstarch and mix that in just to give it a little crispiness, because again, I was originally supposed to make sesame seed chicken, but I didn't have all the ingredients for it, so I just decided to use teriyaki sauce instead. And y'all, this recipe was really good. I just seasoned the meat a little bit. I didn't use too much salt because teriyaki sauce has its own sodium, so I definitely didn't want to use too much of that, too much salt, and I didn't want to use too much teriyaki sauce. But being that I had a good bit of chicken, I went ahead and used a good bit of sauce because it was about, I want to say 8 or 9 chicken thighs in the pack. And so here you see me adding the teriyaki sauce. I know it looks like a lot, and it might have been a tad bit too much, maybe like a tablespoon too much, but it wasn't that bad. And then I added some apple cider vinegar and some cornstarch before it was too hot, because the cornstarch will get really thick really fast. So I kind of wanted to add that and mix that in before the pan got too hot. And then I added some brown sugar, and I think that's really what did the trick. It wasn't thick enough for me, so you'll see me adding some water and cornstarch a little bit later, but I'm just letting that heat up, mixing it in really well, and you'll see me turning the eye up a little bit. And then I'm going to add the chicken, but it still wasn't thick enough for me, so that's when you'll see me add the cornstarch and water and a few. And then I added sesame seeds and parsley flakes. You can do this at the end for a garnish more so, but I just went ahead and added it right there because I didn't want to forget, because I do have pregnancy brain, so sometimes I will forget ingredients, especially if I don't have a recipe in front of me. But I'm just tasting it here. It's really good, and I'm showing you that the brown sugar definitely helped with that. And so here you see me adding the cornstarch and water. I had already added some, and then I just added a little bit more there, and I'm just going to bring this to a boil. And it was very, very delicious, y'all. It was so good. The thickness was perfect. I did add a little bit of water a little bit later on, just so I could have a little bit more gravy, which was perfect as well. And here's Grace. She was very excited about this meal because we had it maybe 2-3 weeks ago. I did it a little bit different. That time I didn't add cornstarch to the mixture, so this time I'm adding cornstarch just to give it a more Asian feel. I'm always coming up with meal ideas at the last minute, and this was one that really worked for everyone. We did have a few leftovers, and we ate that the next day for lunch, but really it was a good meal to have for everyone, even though I didn't plan on passing out my broccoli, but it happens. So I'm just finishing this up before I pick up the other 3 children and my husband comes home, so we can have something good to eat. But it turns out that my husband was able to come home early because it was raining so bad that day, so he came home early and picked up the other 3. So I'm just going ahead and getting dinner prepared, so by the time everyone gets home it'll be ready. And you're gonna see me here making my plate. I got this new little cool rice tool, so just to make the food look a little bit fancy. I loved it. It turned out really great, and here's my family. Hope you enjoyed watching.
I took looking for
Grace, you really want broccoli?
okay. Lord, no Jesus.
Good job, buddy. You're doing so good, Matt.
H-O-T.
Good job, Matt.
H-O-T.
Clean mouth. Clean mouth. Look, here. Good job. There you go, Matt. There you go. Good job, Matt. What a special treat. Husband's washing dishes. Thank you, husband. Baby,
so good to me. So good to me. Alright, everybody stop. Hey, go ahead. Lord, I just want to thank you. 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 Come on, everyone. I want to thank you for being so good to me. So good to me. My turn. Your turn. They have to both sing nice. Come on, come
Sing,
on.
Matt.
Now, come here.
Sing, Matt. That's for the baby, Matt. That's
Come
not for
here. Ava, Grace,
you.
come here.
Okay.
So I'll talk here.
Matt.
We'll sit down there after she does.
Okay.